Hello everybody, welcome. This is my first video. Uh, Today I'll be talking about logic circuitry. Alright, this is going to start a series just about that. And it's also a series about Circuit Maker 2, a Roblox experience made by ismellbeef. I forgot the number after his name. You can make circuits, logic circuits in it. So yeah, I'm in a cardboard box. That's why my mic is like this. Anyway, logic circuitry is the concept of using logical operations to make logical circuits. So you can use this. This can be used to make calculators, memory computers, and more. So this is a 1-bit full adder, but we're not gonna go through that right now. So logic gates are the 7 logical operations that are needed in logic circuitry. So we're gonna go through them one by one. This in Circuit Maker 2, I'm just going to call it CM2 in short. This is a NOT gate. It inverts the input. That's pretty simple. I can turn this on. It inverts the input. If this is on, well, the output will be off. Next, we have the AND gate. The AND gate needs both inputs to be on to output 1, or to be on, you know. If I turn any of these off, it will not work. It needs the teamwork of both to turn the AND gate on. Now, all but the NOT gate have knotted counterparts. So, for this is a NAND gate. For the NAND gate, this is the only situation where the NAND gate will output off. This is the only situation. If I turn any of these off, it will light up. Requires a teamwork of both, not to turn it on, but to turn it off this time. Think of it as adding a NOT to the end of an AND gate. Same thing. Alright, next is the OR gate. It outputs 1 if at least one of its inputs are on. So it doesn't care which one. As long as one's on, it will be turned on. And then the second to last gate is the XOR gate. It only gives 1 if exactly one of its inputs are on. See, if both are off, it won't turn on. If both are on, it won't turn on. But if only one of these are on, it will turn on. This another name for this is exclusive OR. Gates can be stacked for more inputs. In this case, you could say X OR gives 1. You could say in this case that XOR gives 1 if there's an odd amount of inputs on. You could say that. In Circuit Maker 2, since these are studs, gates can have more than 2 inputs. So these two things are just the same thing. I'll just add inputs for you. Alright. There's a secret 8th gate, which is the conductor. The buffer. In this game, it's a conductor. It also does an array of crazy things, like so. I won't be using it much. it's pretty useless. Outputs 1 if the input is on, output 0 if the input is off. And in logic circuitry notation, the NOT gate, cleverly, is just a buffer gate with the NOT sign on it. The NOT sign in logic circuitry notation is just a little circle after a certain gate that is to be knotted. In Circuit Maker 2, the NOT gate is also the NOR gate, which is the knotted version of OR, because a NOT gate would have one input, but since these gates can have as many inputs as you want, it can also function as a NOR gate if it has more than one input. So those are the logic gates. Here is a brief tutorial on using these tools and such in Circuit Maker 2. Now these bars here, this part here, it may look different from your side, but you can just click edit and customize it as much as you want. Now this is logic circuitry notation right here. See, this is the little circle I was talking about. Now you can drag whichever tools you want to whichever square you want to customize your gates and stuff. It's for building basically. Anyway, this is the OR gate. It curves here, but curves here on the other side too. The NOR gate is just the same thing, but with a little circle. The AND gate is a flat side, flat on the input side, but curvy on the output side. Same thing, it has a little circle. The XOR is the same as the OR gate, but with a little line in the input side. Same thing, it has a little circle for its knotted version. Now, usually you would use either conductors or OR gates as inputs, but more commonly is used the T flip-flop. So what this does, if you use the pulse tool by clicking here, you can just click on these gates and they'll do something. It'll make it basically at a pulse. If you pulse on the flip-flop, you can turn it on or turn it off like this, but it doesn't really work as the buffer. It works like a switch. So if you pulse it, it'll change its state, not conduct the state. And here are some tools that you'll need. The select tool, if you use it, you can drag along your screen, and you can turn around using your right click and drag. You can drag along with the select tool and select multiple things at once. The wire tool is what you use to connect gates like this. So now the output of this OR gate is going in this NOT gate or NOR gate. And you can connect things like this. So this would be the input of the OR gate. The move gate is it needs you to be selecting something So for example, I'm going to select this set of gates, and then I can just drag with my move tool to move it around. Yeah, boy. For the rotate tool, which is this one, it rotates. And then we have the delete tool, which does not need select. What happens is if you click on something, it gets deleted. Like this. Very simple. But another thing you could do, which is much easier for deleting multiple things, is selecting everything and then clicking the delete button on your keyboard. Backspace does not work. There should be a delete button. In mobile, when you select everything, when you select multiple things, delete all button will appear. Now here's some complicated stuff. This is for saving your work. This is the register. So if you want to copy something and save it so you can use it sometime without having to rebuild it, hold on, I'll just delete this. Without having to rebuild it, you can select everything that you want to save, then click the register tool and click copy selection to register. Now some numbers here will appear. That's the data that the game uses to build your stuff. And then after selecting it and putting it in the register, you can click the save tool, make a new name for your save. My name will be DYR5Y5RY4W, and then click the plus button. So now, if I want to paste it, I simply click my save, click copy, get out, and use the stamp tool. Now what happens is if I click and hold, this save will follow my cursor, and when I release, it will paste into the game. There's also the inspect tool. What the inspect tool does is it can change the state of these letter blocks in the game. It's for design and whatever, you need an ASCII number to represent your character. You can change that. Then you can change the color of these tiles, RGB inputs, and you can also inspect the inputs and outputs of each gate if it gets a bit messy. So here you can hover over these X's and you can see which things are connected to its inputs and which things are connected to its outputs. And that's a kind of a wrap up of this. There's these LED lights which you can use as outputs. They also act as buffers. So there's these buttons which you can pulse, and you can also pulse by walking over it like this. It lights up there. And then there's also the randomizer block, a sound block, but I will not be going to those. The inspect tool can be used to change the pitch and the instrument of the sound block. Anyway, that's a wrap up for this part of the series. Alright, I'm proud of my first video. Hopefully I did not sound cringe Hopefully the cardboard box didn't sound so terrible. It's really comfy. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you do well on your logic um, circuitry journey. Thank you. Bye bye.